What's going on, team? Looks like I'm here in the cave, ready to take a look at the action. Let's get towards the market. You guys know it's at the close. Don't got Joel Elconin, but I got myself. And we're going to roll through some of these charts. I have a feeling we might get ourselves a power hour rally. Been saying it all day. Looks like it's coming. Now let's just see if it comes into fruition. Let's get a look, take a look at the close. Let's get it started. Sound that alarm.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
What's going on, team? We'll take a look to see what's going on in the markets. But as you guys can see, from 3 p.m., what happened there? Bottoming action towards 400. Reversal now starting to come up. From that, we're already up 2 points. And we'll go ahead and kind of be smart here, give you guys my disclosure. Am long a little bit of Apple from the 145.32 area. Looking for it to get towards 146, can take some profits, but was just looking for the power hour rally. But that's the only position I got on right now. We'll take a look. I'll actually get off of Apple. I don't even need to look at it. I'm just going to keep mine what's going on in the markets. We are starting to get a little bit of a bounce. Let's talk about what happened today. And Joel will be back. He'll be here on Thursday. Yes. Thursday, Joel will be back. So don't worry, team. We'll have Joel back. We'll have Blue Putnam, of course, my man Blue, on Thursday. So don't miss that. We'll take a look into all the economic data and what our economist from CME Group, of course, is thinking about the markets now. Of course, we got the CPI to come in today. That shook everything up. And into the open, what do? We dumped right back down all the way below 400. This is just showing you that volatility that's out there in this market. Now we're starting to catch some deeper time frame traders catching that bounce. We'll see if we can get back towards even 405 today. That'd be a good close there. Let's take a look at the daily. You can see that we turned around right around the trend line, runs into 406. So if we can actually hold above 406, I'll be feeling good and bullish. Right now, we're up at 402. We talked about how earlier this week we were down there towards 392. Now the 200-day moving average looks like we're about to run into it, 402.50 on the day. Could it be that we close back above the 200-day? We'll keep an eye out on the SPY. Of course, it runs into this trend line that was pointed to by our guests on pre-market prep, Mark Shakin also. We'll see if we can get above that and actually close towards the 410. But let's take a look at what's moving out there. What is in the green? What's not? And of course, you guys in the chat, what's going on out there? We'll definitely take a look at what you guys are watching today. Like always, when Joel's not here, you guys run the show also. So let me know what stocks you guys are looking at, and we can take a look at some of these moves. All right, coin a total nightmare. Probably a zero, says Florida. Can't blame you too much on the coin outlook. It's tough to look at kind of cryptocurrency in a positive outlook right now. Let's get into energy stocks. Those did pretty well today. Take a look at ExxonMobil getting a little bit of a bounce. Let's get towards the 15-minute. And Joel would kill me if I wasn't on the multi-charts. So I'll try to listen to my man Joel here and take a look at how we do things on the regular, right? So the hourly has a nice little pattern here. You guys can take a look there. You guys can see how we're trying to come back up there through the 108s. Can we actually get up there? Of course, Joel has actually been calling out these levels to eventually act as resistance, which is around the 109 area, 109.60s. We've gotten up there close. We even got in the pre-market towards the 108.50s. Now we're starting to pull back. Is this the last little hoorah for ExxonMobil? Or will we get the little pushback through the 110 area? That's when we really can go through the prior support and then start making some new support if we can get through that resistance. ExxonMobil is not the only oil stock that's moving up today. Oxy not closing the best on the daily chart. Let's go to Chevron, maybe see if that one's a little bit better here. as you're seeing Chevron fall a little bit off the tape, but still nice little daily bounce back. We'll have to continue watching to see if we can get into the 175 handle for Chevron. All right, we'll keep going. We'll get out of the oil names. We can take a look at some different areas. Of course, oil's the only thing that I have in the green from the open. On a day like today, it's tough to find things that are green from the open, but hopefully the run that we have now can really give us that nice little lift. Going to go ahead and lower this down here so we don't focus too much on indicators. We just want to focus on the price action there. Now we're getting a little bit of a pullback there in the SPY. Got to keep my eye on this. Really want this to kind of close towards the green, but we'll wait and find out there. Also keeping my eye on my Apple trade, but that's just to the other side. We'll kind of leave that alone right now. I can go ahead and just kind of focus on the action. All right, let's get towards healthcare. Healthcare also pulling back here. What was in the red the deepest was consumer cyclical, and this just kind of got hit hard on the downside, getting a big pullback. And, you know, I saw home improvements pull back. A lot of these are kind of more your higher beta stocks. Consumer cyclical, when the market moves a lot, consumer cyclical stocks are going to move a lot also. Let's take a look at some of the stocks that did good today, some of the stocks that did bad. Of course, a standout would be Moderna. Moderna, we talked about the news that happened there. That was a combination with Merck, and it was for their cancer vaccine. And of course, one of the things that I would state about this move is that if you guys saw, Moderna was ripping from right out the gates. I was actually looking for Merck to kind of play a little bit of catch up as this one actually pulled back out the gates, and it did. It did get a nice little push eventually towards the 111. We'll see if this can actually get back through the daily high. Daily high is through that 111 going towards the 112. Wouldn't be a bad outlook there for Merck. And then, of course, if we go back, we take a look at Moderna here. You guys can see that made a nice little leap up there towards the 192, running into some resistance around the 199 area. But if we can get into the 200, start holding, next level to watch for me is going to be around the 211s. We'll see what happens on Moderna after a good sideways period. Yesterday, it broke through support. Today, recovering that support and actually breaking through resistance. We'll see if this can continue making moves. Moderna was one of these that I was keeping a close eye and missed this move after that breakdown yesterday. All right, catching up with the chat. What's going on out there? It's good to see you guys. Such a weird day. Yeah, it's one of those days where I feel like, you know, the moves sometimes happen in pre-market and the moves sometimes happen in aftermarkets, and it doesn't even give us an opportunity, the traders that are trading into the intraday action, to actually take part. Today was one of those days that I don't think we were able to take part. And then, of course, one thing that we need to keep in mind is that CPI. What is that going to do for us tomorrow? I think that's something to keep on watch. And our deeper time frame traders just waiting for bigger pullbacks in the market, while shorter time frame traders are getting caught in the sauce, in the momentum, and getting washed out. All right, let's get towards some of the other stocks out there. JetBlue. JetBlue was definitely on my radar today. I actually had it on my radar, so let's talk about it. And it wasn't a good thing. I wasn't able to talk too much about this. I did give it at the end of pre-market prep, but look at the chart on JetBlue today. Disaster stock of the day. Definitely getting hit hard here. Let's go to the multi-chart so we don't focus too much on here. And it got hit hard. I was looking to see if it was going to come back towards the 810 resistance. It couldn't get back up there at all. It did do a little bit of a spike right before the open with that CPI kind of pushing up, and then just washed out. JetBlue giving a low end of 15 to 19% guidance for ASM, and that hitting it hard here. And it wasn't only JetBlue. Other ones got hit hard, but definitely this with the negative catalyst did not help it get the lift. Lucid printed a new low. Yep, Lucid, new lows. You got to go, right? Tesla, what a trap that was. I don't know if you guys caught this action, but this definitely was a nice little trap there towards the upside in the pre-market. It was pushing up. It got up there to 178. Boom. Right even before the open, already was selling off and just continued to sell off on Tesla. It was an actual like 10% move there. Not a good look there for Tesla. Closing down here. We're at 161. This looks like a new low here. It's going to be created on Tesla. 52-week low. Not a good outlook there. When you're making new lows, like my man Dennis would say, you might Gotta go. All right, we'll take a look at some other stocks. Of course, there was some mention out there this morning with Lyft and EVgo. Was going to take a look to see how these stocks performed. There wasn't really much that happened. It did get a little bit of a spike, but just like most stocks right now, is being driven by the market, and you got to be careful on that. That's why I said focus on the market on a day like today, where the market's really determining a lot of what's going on in the stocks. All right, let's get towards some different areas. We can take a look at stocks that you guys are watching. And of course, if you got anything that caught your attention, throw it up there. We're going to keep rolling through here. I'm going to go through the stocks that I had this morning to take a look at. Of course, we also we're talking about United and Boeing, right? Well, Boeing's was short-lived too, but I feel like this is getting a little bit of a buy the dip opportunity. We'll see what happens there in Boeing as it's getting a little bit of a pullback. It was up there past 190 this morning. It's been getting more kind of orders to go out there. So Boeing pulling back there towards yesterday's price action and getting that nice little lift. Doesn't look too bad. We'll see if Boeing can keep going. Of course, United Airlines announcing that 200 jet order this morning. UAL coming down with that turnaround in the market. You can see it did also kind of a little bit of a bull trap, little up move right out the gates, and then quick back down. All right, let's keep going with other stocks to talk about. Of course, another one that I said keep an eye out for was NFE. NFE, New Fortress Energy, is one that I'm going to be looking for a deeper pullback to maybe join the party for the special dividend. This is not a bad one to join in. We'll see if I get in this or not. But they plan to return significant capital to shareholders. The board declared a dividend $3 per share with a record date of January 4th and payment date of January 13th, 2023. So who knows? Maybe I start off the year with a dividend play in New Fortress. Something to keep in mind. We'll see if this kind of continues to perform. I'd use this one and look for deep hourly pullbacks. Doesn't look too bad even off this area of the 48.50. But looking for a little bit more into the 47. We'll see if we're able to get that tomorrow in NFE. Goldman Sachs stepped up to the plate today with their raise in Pfizer. They upgraded it to a buy and raised the price target to 60. And you guys can see we're pretty far away from 60. It did do a nice little pullback. We'll see if it kind of ends on some bullish note here. Pfizer not looking too bad overall. Daily has had a big breakout, especially since October. October 11th was pretty much the bottom from here. And we've gone pretty far on Pfizer. We're up about almost 30% from that bottoming action. What is going on with the market? We had good news. This is super shady, says Tommy Touch. Well, the truth is, this is how a lot of the times they wash out smaller traders and the big traders stay in for the move. This is what I felt like was happening yesterday, positioning towards the upside. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. Jerome Powell, will he be Santa Powell or Dumpin' Powell? Is he going to bring the coal? Or is he bringing the presents tomorrow? We'll see if he has a surprise present for us at all. All right, if you need a good laugh, I closed my meta 4 minutes before that news rocked them up. What would have been a $2 gain for me? Well, it happens to us all, ML. Trust me, it happens to me all the time. And you know, you can't jump too far from that. Let's take a look at meta. And you could see that turnaround today. It definitely got a little bit of a spike. Let's go to the 15-minute. And it was short-lived, same way. Just a little bit of a pullback, eventually getting that nice little push. That's why I'm looking to see if we can get a little bit of a rally towards the close. You can see we're right back up there to 402.44s. Will we get that rally towards the close? Seems like at least on the 15-minute, we're still holding that trend up. We'll see if we start actually kind of trending on up through the 403.25s, then towards 405. VWAP right now on the 15 is around 404.48. We'll see if we get up there or not. It seems to me like it's just been leak all day, and I kind of felt like that was going to happen. Called it out early, but also it's not easy to deal with that type of leak because you're always waiting for that next rip up, and we're not getting it right now. Thoughts on Sundial doubling? Well, let's take a look at a daily. Well, it's too late already. I mean, this one did do a nice little move. Sundial's just going sideways, and it doesn't seem like there's too much going through from that cannabis news. Yeah, this is the only way. Maybe it doubles, maybe a reverse split. But yeah, I mean, Sundial is just one of those stocks that likes to move when cannabis moves because it has high beta and does get the lift. But it's nothing that I find has really a competitive advantage. You have to keep watch on these stocks. They're definitely a danger stock, especially when a stock has done reverse splits before, right? This stock did a 1-for-10 split there in July 26th of 22. So don't get caught too much in those type of plays. They're dangerous for sure. All right, let's go to different ones in the chat. You guys can start throwing up stocks. I'll definitely take them from you guys. Oracle was another chart that I was going to watch to see how we closed. It did pull back after a nice little push out the open, and you guys can see that Oracle got a nice little lift up there, even made a new high right in the open, and then just started washing out down. So I'm looking to see if this can at least close good because it wasn't the worst report. And Oracle did give EPS at $1.21, beating $1.18. Sales at 12.3, beat the 12.04 billion estimate. Piper Sandler raising the price target to 85. Well, that was short-lived. We got to 85 and shortly got turned right back around. So we'll see what happens there on a stock like Oracle. All right, Ryan wants to talk about Starbucks. Don't worry, Sultan's a big Starbucks fan out there. So let's take a look at Starbucks. I actually asked a Wedbush analyst about Starbucks, and he himself is also confused on how Starbucks continues to do it. But one thing that he told me also is just think about it overall. Seems like they're still finding ways to innovate. They haven't made too many changes. Now that he did tell me about like kind of some new ovens that they're using, making things a little bit faster. So that helps Starbucks. One thing that I can tell you is I was in the Starbucks just last weekend, Ryan. And with that being said, I was doing, my little CMT studying in Starbucks. But I can tell you one thing. Kept seeing that door open and close, open and close, open and close. So doesn't seem like the consumer's going away from those $7 coffees. I myself had one on that weekend. So can't blame people for taking that kind of coffee approach. Of course, one thing to note with Starbucks is their cooler drinks, not even their hot coffee, is actually doing better than their hot coffee. So keep watch on that segment. If that changes the trend, well, then we got to be careful with Starbucks. Other than that, let's take a look at the chart. Chart overall has made a huge run from the bottom. This stock never bottomed, went back towards that June or July low. And ever since then, this stock is up like 40-something%. To the highs, is up close to 47%. So has Starbucks maybe just run too far? Yes, I do think that eventually it starts pulling back here. But how far will that pullback be? Could just be right slightly underneath 100 towards 98 and still holding up this push. So right now, it doesn't look too bad. At least the support is holding on the daily action. You can see this kind of trend line action. If it could get above this, actually close towards that 105, you could keep going on up. If it breaks 101.15s, watch out. You could break down right back below 100s and be at some next level of support, which could be around here around the 99s, and then the next level below that 96, 91s. We'll see what happens there on Starbucks. What do you guys think in the chat? When's the last time you guys went to Starbucks? Put a 1 if you guys got a Starbucks in the last 2 or 3 months, and put a 2 if you have not gotten Starbucks in that time. I'll take a chance what you guys have in the chat. Throw a little question there. Go Croatia. We'll see if they're able to bounce back. I don't think they will. Let me know the score if you guys know. I was watching it for a little while. I know it was like 2-0. It's 2-1. We'll see. Oh, there's a 1. There's the Starbucks. People don't like their Starbucks. They said, I ain't getting my Starbucks in this environment. Leslie said she loves it. I like my caramel macchiato. That's my favorite coffee from Starbucks. A lot of 2s. Overpriced. I invest in my savings, says Beans. I can't blame you guys. You guys are better than me. The only thing is I was studying, so I'll try to use that as my cop out. But Yeah, I got a coffee, so I'll put a 1. But I see you twos out there. Doesn't look like everybody's getting their Starbucks. We'll see if it turns around, gets back below 101. Bros, of course, you guys know how I feel about the Dutch bros. They need to figure out what's going on in inflation first. Doesn't look good in Dutch bros, but Starbucks has actually done better than the bros. So we'll end up finding out if Starbucks turns around. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other stocks. You guys throw up stocks in the chat, and we'll get to some of those that you guys want to take a look at. Every day, says Twinkle Toe. Get your Starbucks every day. Oh, man. Thai latte. Oh, I've heard those about. I've tasted that, Carol. It doesn't taste bad at all. All right, let's get into some other ones. Far away from my home. No worries. Then you don't got to get it. Let's get into some other areas. Let's go towards, let's take a look at technology, because technology actually was starting to make a move up. You guys can see it here from the industry outlook, and then just pulled back on the day. Stocks like that to continue watching, right? NVIDIA, I feel like, has really started to come back. This stock was looking good in the pre-market. We'll see how it closes. It doesn't look too bad right now. NVIDIA is starting to come back, right? And so big, deep time frame pullbacks on stocks like this is what I would be looking for in a moment like this, where we got inflation coming down, and it could come right back up there towards the 189. That's a nice 3-4% outlook there for NVIDIA. We'll see what happens. But names like this don't look too bad right now. So I'd keep these in my mind. You could see the 200-day got above NVIDIA. It's been holding the trend well. We'll see if it can get back up there towards the 190 area, as this is really started to push back. You can also take a look. You see this yellow line. You see how that turns right back around. That's the 50-day. The 50-day is turning quickly towards the 200-day. And if the 200-day actually starts moving somewhat up, oh, we'll be looking great in these NVIDIA stocks. We'll have to wait and see on the semiconductors how they perform. But let's get back towards the overall market. What are we seeing there? Are we getting the lift? We were pushing there. We got towards 403 and turned right back around. So be careful out there, team. It's a tough day out there. We'll see what happens. Still taking a look at, we'll see what happens on different stocks. Not going to go ahead and talk about the stock that I'm trading, but just keeping an eye on it. Tesla, what will happen to you? Will you get a nice little close? Doesn't look good right now. All right, let's keep going. Caramel macchiato, peppermint mocha, can't go wrong. All right, let's go towards some different stocks out in the market. If you guys have something, throw it up in the chat. If not, I'll take control and get towards the next stock that I wanted to look at. Let's go to FSLR. FSLR, the reason I'm bringing it up is it's replacing FBHS, Fortune Brand Home and Securities, in the S&P 500. So soon, First Solar will be in the S&P 500. Thought that could itself give it a little lift today. It did not tick to the downside. And this is why we sometimes need to find stocks that are strong stocks today in solar. Solar Edge giving a nice little lift there. Array Technologies, a nice little push. So SunPower, nice little lift there. There wasn't too many stocks that actually remained strong today on a day like today, but as you can see, there was some that actually were in some strength. And the big way to find this is change percentage from the open. First Solar leading the way, catching a little bounce off the VWAP multiple times too. Back towards 157. We'll see if this can get back into the 160 handle. Resistance right above there towards that 160 and actually get back towards 170. These fell off the tape, bouncing back a little bit. First Solar. Wendy's, who's been at a Wendy's, man? I'll ask the chats. I had a conversation with the wife the other day. She asked me, she was like, are you still you're not even a McDonald's fan if it's a French fry? I'm like, nah, I can't do it no more. I can't do it. And then she asked me, who has a better fry, Wendy's or McDonald's? You in the chat, what do you guys think? I'll let you guys bid in here. Wendy's, we'll see if it can get up there. Wendy's is pushing. I remember there was some questions of E. coli, and that's why I was trying to avoid Wendy's for a little while. But it is getting a little bit of a push up there. I mean, overall, month to month, this doesn't look bad. Last 3 months, getting a nice little lift. a lot of resistance into the 24 handle. So if you can continue through 24, then you could really start pushing. I'd look for like 24.19, something above 24 to actually start closing, but it's made a nice lift lately. It's following the 9 EMA. Already did a nice little golden cross over here on this little pullback. So look for the 50, the 9 EMA to continue trending with the stock there as you're getting some new push there in Wendy's. And it's being consistent. That's what I like. It's just slowly stair-stepping up. It might not be the sexiest, but it is moving towards the upside. All right, Wendy's. All right, so who got the best fry? I want to see what happened here. Let's see. What do you guys vote on? All right, there's some Wendy's. I see some Wendy's love. Burger King, says Jonathan. Oh, no. Del Taco has the best. Jess, what's going on? Del Taco? Wendy's, McDonald's. Oh, there's some Wendy's fans out there. Oh, Robin has the best combo. I got to give it. The McDonald's fries and the Wendy's Frosty. I'm not going to lie. I dip into the Frosty every now and then. Can't blame you on that outlook. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other stocks. Wingstop fries. Well, let's take a look at Wing. Wing is a stock that I looked on Stock Market Movers the other day. Reason why I looked at Wingstop is because I talked with a Wedbush analyst, and he told me that the chicken prices are actually going down. Wing price is going down. That's helping Wingstop getting a little bit of a lift. Their costs are going down. Seems like this stock wanted to get through 170, has pulled back, found the trend line, now tried to make that move right back towards that 170. Couldn't really get back above 165. That's the level that I would be looking for on Wingstop. You can see we got towards 165 today. Really quick turnaround. We'll see if it ends up getting towards that coming up. All right, let's get towards it. We got the close here. We got a little bit of a push from 3 p.m. Not really a power hour rally. I'll say that at least. So we'll end up and we'll have to find out what happened there. You got it, EKS. Stop the clock. It's done, my friends. I'll have to wait and see if Santa Claus Powell comes, or is it going to be Dumpin' Powell? Like always, you guys can find us tomorrow. Pre-market prep. Don't miss it. 8 a.m. Eastern. Be there. Be square, like Dennis would say. Up next, Cannabis Insider. Don't miss it, team. Check out some of the action in the cannabis industry. All those sundial questions. This is exactly where you want to be asking about what's going on. Well, I'll leave it to you guys. Pencils down, like you guys say. Hit the like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early on Pre-Market Prep. Like always, team, let's keep going and keep growing. Hit the subscribe. All you new guys out there. There's some new fans out here. Let's go. Hit that subscribe. And for all the people that think that there's going to be no interest rate hike tomorrow, I don't know what camp you guys are in. I'm still seeing 50 basis points. I'm sticking to it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.